Would you please rise for the entrance of the 2014 University of Saskatchewan graduates?
Would the graduands please turn and face the platform? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Spring Convocation 2014. We are fortunate today to have Her Honor, the Honorable Vaughan Solomon Schofield, Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan, with us for Convocation. In a moment, I will ask you to rise for Her Honor's entrance. Once Her Honor is at her seat, the orchestra will play the Vice-Regal Salute. The Royal Salute comprises excerpts from God Save the Queen and O Canada. Please do not sing to the Vice-Regal Salute. Following the salute, would you please join Katya Hartova in the singing of O Canada? Then, would you please remain standing for the invocation? Please rise.
I invite you to join me for a word of thanks and a word of prayer. Gracious Creator, we are grateful for many things today. For the generosity of those who have helped us along the way, for the wisdom of those who teach and those who learn, for the gifts of curiosity, discovery, and fresh insight, for all those things that have made years of study a great challenge and a great joy. We are grateful for friends, family, and colleagues who have been our companions along the way, who have been with us in the past, and who walk with us into each new day. As we go from this place, help us to move into the future with hope, always basking in the beauty of the world in which we live. May our travels be safe, may we be a gift to those around us, and may all our ways be ways of compassion and peace. Amen.
Please be seated. Once again, graduands and distinguished guests, welcome. I am Elizabeth Williamson. I am the University Secretary, and I have the honor of introducing to you the members of the platform party that you see before you. So beginning with the front row, on my left and your right, Russell Eisinger, Registrar and Director of Student Services. Patty McDougall, Vice Provost, Teaching and Learning. Andrew Dunlop, Director, Community Engagement and Outreach. Marlene Fair, recipient of the President's Service Award. Ken Rosassen, recipient of the Award for Distinction in Outreach and Public Service. Bob Badger, Traditional Knowledge Keeper. The Honorable Rob Norris, Minister of Advanced Education. President Gordon Barnhart. Chancellor Blaine Fable. The Honorable Von Solomon Schofield, Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan. Don Bateman, recipient this afternoon of an Honorary Doctor of Science degree. Aaron Phoenix, Associate Dean, College of Engineering. Trevor Crow, Associate Dean, College of Graduate Studies and Research. George Kapouris, Dean, College of Engineering. Mary Buer, Dean, College of Agriculture and Bioresources. In the second row, 3 of our university orators, Wendy Klingenberg, Ryan Brook, Dave Munch. Jay Colra, Chair of University Council. Isabella Vlahu, President, University of Saskatchewan Graduate Students Union. Brian Harvey, President, University of Saskatchewan Retirees Association. Jim Pulfer, Senator. Aide-de-camp, Captain Kathy Sarich. Ron Graham, past honorary degree recipient. Vera Pezer, Chancellor Emerita. Kevin Ogilvie, President, Lutheran Theological Seminary. Peter Stroh, President, University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association. Ajay Delai, Associate Dean, College of Engineering. Reverend Paul Sartison, University Chaplain. And behind them, and I would ask them to stand, members of the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan. Would you please join me in expressing to all of these faculty, administration, and members of our governing bodies our thanks for the work they have done by supporting, teaching, and encouraging our graduates. We will now have our honor song. Following the honor song, there is no applause. Please stand. We acknowledge the traditional territory of Treaty 6 on which we have gathered for this event. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present to you Don Bateman. It is a distinct honor and pleasure to share highlights with you of Don Bateman's extraordinary career and contributions. Don graduated from the University of Saskatchewan College of Engineering in 1956 with a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering. What followed was a lifetime of honor, dedication, and success in Don's tireless pursuit of a lifelong goal: to improve the safety of flight for everyone who steps on an airplane. Don, a corporate fellow and chief engineer with Honeywell, brought safety to flight with the ground proximity warning system and the later enhanced ground proximity warning system, stall warning systems, angle of attack systems, automatic throttle, reactive wind shear warning systems, heads-up display, and radar. In all of Don's work, his ability to see the simple and practical solution to a problem resulted in his groundbreaking and life-saving achievements. His genius as an engineer is especially represented in the enhanced ground proximity warning system. It took his earlier work on the GPWS to a higher level, providing flight crews with warnings of danger much earlier than in the past. This enhanced system, introduced 17 years ago, virtually eliminated the #1 killer of aircraft passengers and crew: controlled flight into terrain. Today, more than 50,000 aircraft in the world fly with this system installed. In 2010, Don was awarded the National Medal of Technology and Innovation by the United States Department of Commerce's Patent and Trademark Office. All of Don's work, and most importantly, its impact through lives saved, is testament to an extraordinary individual. Eminent Chancellor, I present Don Bateman and ask you will confer on him the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Mr. Bateman, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of the province, and with the consent of the Senate of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, and invest with you all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
I will try to keep this short. Throughout my life, I was benefited greatly from patience and encouragement of a few special teachers, some of them from here. On the west side of Saskatoon, which is 20th Street, I was very fortunate to attend a combined grade 1, 2, and 3 class room taught by Miss Gunn. It wasn't until 2 or 3 years later I discovered it. Or it was I called her Mrs. Gunn. I said everyone in the 20s, in the age of 20, was married. Actually, she was a Miss Gunn, and she went on to teach for decades. She encouraged all of us to do our very best, treat everybody equally, and to excel, especially in arithmetic. And she had high expectations for all her students. This was during World War II, and my father was overseas in the Canadian Army. And north of us at the airport, Saskatoon was a primary flight training base, and I would ride my bike out to the airport to watch these young kids. But they're like men to me. Many of them just barely out of boyhood learned to fly. You had to solo in 5 hours in their de Havilland Tiger Moths. Badly, many of these kids didn't return from the war. I was very fortunate to get my father back. And when I was about 8 years old, my good friend Mel Quebec had me looking out the window and saw a flash. And he saw some falling debris. Well, Mel and I snuck out 10 minutes early, quitting time, to go get our bikes. And we went up. We got past the military police. But Miss Gunn had spotted us leaving the class. She thought I was playing hooky. Next morning we were confronted, and we told her about the accident. She was livid and said we should have never gone to the scene and let alone remove anything from the aircraft debris. I had a piece of canvas from one airplane and showed it was a British airplane. And she punished us by said, each one of you has to write a one-page essay, grade 3. and to bring him in tomorrow morning. So we did. And she was very firm. She looked at Mel's, and with a frown, and she says, "It's not very good." "Donnie," she said, "you cannot spell. And you will probably be an engineer." I wasn't too sure what she meant by the term engineer. Was that an insult or a compliment? In late 45, my father returned from the war in Europe, and I was lucky to get my dad back, because many kids did not. And with this, and his pushing and my grandma's pushing, encouragement. I entered the university as a student in 1950. I was very fortunate to have 3 fine electrical engineering professors, Lovell, Roy Ludwig, and Michael Lenko. I can't remember his first name. All 3 provided me with the basics of electrical theory, which has lasted me throughout my life. We didn't have any electronics course then, and there was no, but Michael Lenko tried his best to encourage us, instruct us the best he could, built on his little limited knowledge. I was very fortunate to graduate like you are today from this university in 1956. It was the height of the Cold War, and engineering jobs were plentiful. And a week before graduation, I splurged on some new clothes to look sharp. And on a shop on 22nd Avenue, I bought on credit, pure credit, no credit cards then, and no cash, because I was broke. But I bought a suit, a tie, 2 shirts, and some new shoes. And I was able to get a job working for Northern Electric in Ontario as a maintenance engineer on radar. There was there was the Pine Tree line, the Mid-Canada line, and the Dew line, all in Canada. And my salary was only $275 a month. I was a little envious of my classmates. Some of them were going with being engineering sales reps for $325 a month. I complained to my one professor who inquired what I was going to be paid. And it probably wasn't much more than his. But he said, "Don, you probably got a very, very good opportunity to learn about how we engineers can screw up. And you'll see about maintenance, things that we can't teach you in school here." So I went on, and he was really proven right, absolutely right. The job provided me the ample experience and opportunity to help me grow. I wanted to get back to Saskatoon, and I just couldn't do it at the time because there wasn't those jobs out here. And eventually I did make my way west after seeing an ad in the Toronto paper at Boeing Company looking for radar and avionic engineers. So I took the job. It was not much more pay, but it was another opportunity to work my way up. I stayed there for a couple of years, and I wanted to get out. Working for a big company can be very frustrating. It can be very rewarding, too. So anyway, I left Boeing, and I was living my childhood dream of maybe making aviation a little bit better. And I first developed the first ground prox warning system in '65. I've been working on it for the last 45 years. Nothing is perfect. We engineers know that. You can always make it a little bit better, but you also have to appeal for investment in it from your company. As the ground proximity warning systems began to spread, they did work, but they weren't perfect. Nothing is perfect. And but Boeing and Douglas at that time, there was no Airbus, but they all made them basic on their airplanes. And in 1960, we were losing a big airplane every month in North America. A big airplane, a lot of people on it. And today, that kind of accident control flight in a train is a minority. We probably have an accident every 10 years now, maybe. But nothing is perfect, as I say. My life has been very rewarding for me. I've been very fortunate and lucky. I'm enjoying a good life with my wife. And I tell the graduates, be very careful who you get married to. It can be very challenging and very rewarding, too, as my life has been. I have a family of 5 children and 7 grandchildren. The love and support of my family, especially from my wife, are the greatest gifts I've received, and you can receive, too, in your life. A hero of mine is Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman. Anything you grab from him, read it. It's very good. It's it's basic physics, but it's explained very simply. And he said that his best when he said, the worthwhile problems are something that you graduates can solve or readily help solve. They don't have to be very big problems. Try to solve the little ones, because they'll give you confidence and make you feel good about yourself. You sleep well at night, too. Anyway, out of us get pleasure out of success and helping others. So you have, all of you graduates, I'm sure you have a large number of families back there. These people you cannot ignore. They bring to you a heritage, and their roots are very positive. And continue to learn all your life. You're just starting now. There's always something to learn. And this is a very competitive world. And Saskatchewan has always had to fight for everything it got. But there's a lot of great people that lived here, are here, and will be here. Anyway, so keep this in mind. And as Miss Gunn said, pursue everything in all things, especially your arithmetic tables. She used to read to us, she was way ahead of her time. She would read to us passages from Uncle Tom's Cabin. She'd read from us passages from President Lincoln's address at that terrible tragedy then in the war, all the different wars, or different battles and so on. Anyway, please do your very best. This is just the beginning for you. I'm really pleased to see about 20% of you, I'm estimating, are female. When we graduated, there were no female engineers. And in my life, anyway, I had an opening for someone on the team, so I started looking at the resumes. This one I picked out. My God, this woman started out on roller skates, delivering blueprints in 1944, down in the LA area. I brought her in, and I was fascinated with her. I hired her. Next day, 3 engineers came in my office and said, Don, we thought you were a bright man, but how could you be so stupid? Well, a year later, they came back, and they said, we want to apologize. And I said, you don't apologize to me, you apologized to Kay. Because Kay has come up with some wonderful designs. Weren't possible. We didn't think of them. Anyway, it's people like that that makes this, we're just growing all the time, and this is probably the best moment for you and your families who've supported you, and friends who love you. I wish you the very, very best, and that each of you have happiness in your life and contribute to the world in a positive manner. Thank you.
I would like to call upon the Honourable Minister Rob Norris to bring a message to the graduates.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Your Honor, Eminent Chancellor, President Barnhart, members of the Board of Governors, senators, distinguished faculty members, and most especially today, graduates. I'm honored and humbled to join all of you this afternoon for this wonderful University of Saskatchewan Convocation here on Treaty 6 territory. So I offer my sincere thanks to the drummers, whose work helps to add inspiration to this day of celebration. I'm delighted to be here on behalf of Premier Brad Wall, on behalf of the Government of Saskatchewan, and most especially the Ministry of Advanced Education, the ministry I have the honor of serving. I'd like to begin by congratulating Mr. Bateman on his honorary Doctor of Science degree and his humility as he offered us a glimpse of his formative years and the remarkable work that he has undertaken on the behalf of humanity through science. Perhaps it won't surprise us to hear of such remarkable work. After all, the spirit of the University of Saskatchewan was offered early on in this province. It's one of our founding institutions, has a proud and independent history, and its spirit was articulated on 1 July 29th afternoon, 1910, by Prime Minister Sir Wilfrid Laurier at an event marking the cornerstone of the college building now known as the McKinnon Building. On that occasion, Prime Minister Laurier offered this: "There is no doubt that this university will in time be one of the world's greatest." And so today, with this spirit of excellence in mind, I offer to you, the graduates, a warm and sincere congratulations on your accomplishments as you reflect on your tenacity, on your persistence, on your drive and desire to fulfill your goals and reach your full potential, thereby allowing your families and communities and our province to reach our full potential. It's a day of celebration, and we're delighted to share in your celebration and help you mark it. It's also a day of reflection, a day where I hope there's an opportunity to think about the many members of your family, your friends, your colleagues and classmates, your professors and those on staff, maybe your tutorial leaders, your researchers, maybe your community service partners that also share in your success. Because the success that we celebrate today with you is a collaborative success. We share in this celebration. We share part of the Saskatchewan story that you are helping to build today. And it is a remarkable time in the province of Saskatchewan. Mr. Bateman, I'm happy to report that the province has more than 1,117,000 people with a population that's growing. Today, we see more people moving in and calling Saskatchewan home. We have record employment. Today, there are almost 15,000 jobs open and available in the province. In fact, in this city alone, more than 3,800 jobs open and available. And where we're going by 2020 is that we anticipate there will be 60,000 more jobs opening up in Saskatchewan. But there's also a truism, and that is the lion's share of those jobs today and those coming in the future will require increased levels of skills, training, and education. Education that you mark in celebration today. We're delighted to be able to share in this celebration. It's one of the reasons we've invested in the graduate retention program, the most successful youth retention program in the country, where you're eligible as graduates for up to $20,000 back over 7 years. And this year, I'm happy to report that we will cross a threshold of having more than 60,000 Saskatchewan post-secondary graduates participating in and benefiting from the graduate retention program. I highlight this program because while we mark success today in your scholarly pursuits, success for Saskatchewan is the opportunity for all of you to continue to call Saskatchewan home, to work, to live, to raise a family, and to have a challenging and rewarding career. And this is the new Saskatchewan that all of you will help to sustain and grow. To our students, I simply say, congratulations. I'm delighted to join you on this day, this most promising of days. I wish you the very, very best in your careers and in years to come. Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor, and Your Honor, Minister Norris, platform guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Gordon Barnhart. I'm the interim president and vice chancellor of the university, and it's my honor to be here with you today to help mark a milestone, a very important part of your life. You are graduates of either the College of Agriculture and Bioresources or Engineering. And you'll be receiving this degree today, which is kind of a culmination of years of endeavor. This parchment that you'll receive in a few minutes represents years that you've spent in laboratories or libraries or lectures. It's an acknowledgement of the thousands of words that you've put down on paper or on a computer in exams and essays. With this degree in hand, you can take great pride in those countless hours that you spent studying and preparing for your assignments. And every time that you look at that degree, I hope that you'll hang it on your wall in your study or maybe your living room, that you will be reminded of the effort it took for you to earn that. It's not luck, it's hard work, and congratulations to you. And so as you take these steps across this stage, I hope that's a good and pleasant reminder of the years that you've spent at the University of Saskatchewan. And it brings back memories for me. It's a long time ago now that I was here as an undergraduate. But, well, I must say, though, Doctor, that perhaps not quite as long as you in terms of at this university, but a long time ago. And I was from small town Saskatchewan, Saltcoats, and coming to Saskatoon to go to university was a huge step for me. It was only the second time that I'd ever been to that huge city of Saskatoon, and I frankly was scared. And I had it built up in my mind that going to university was impossible because high school students that were ahead of me had come home at Christmas time or at Thanksgiving, and they had graduated. And I thought, oh, they are very smart. How come they graduated? They didn't tell me at the time that they had partied quite a bit. And so I had this in my mind that it was going to be impossible. And so I studied very hard, and I did complete my first 2 degrees here, and later came back at the age of 49 to do a PhD. And so the education that I received here at the U of S set me on a wonderful journey, and I know that it's going to be the same for you. And so I have gone from being an undergraduate at this university to now being the interim president. And actually, this is my 8th career. And if you look at my resume, you see the word former quite a bit. I was the former this and the former that. And you might even think that I couldn't hold a job. But each career opportunity was a wonderful experience, and I attribute the university education that I received here as a key component in the career opportunities that I have had. And wherever your education leaves you, I hope that you will remember the University of Saskatchewan, the hard times in terms of studying and the good times in terms of your friends. I hope that you will be inspired, that you're stronger, that you've discovered new things and want to explore even more. I hope that this has given you a passion for whatever you've decided to study and to emphasize. Follow that passion, as Don did in terms of his passion with flight. You will find, you've perhaps already found your passion. Live with it. Breathe out and enjoy today with your friends and your family. And so I offer to you my sincerest congratulations. You've done it. But you know what? You're not done yet, because there are going to be for you all sorts of learning opportunities. Perhaps going back to university for another degree, or perhaps learning within your job, whatever that job may be. But you will always be learning, and make sure that you keep yourself open to those opportunities. You have to be flexible. You have to adapt to the face of change. We have prepared you to think critically, to work independently, to collaborate with others, to examine problems and look at it from all different angles. And so those are the important things that we've taught you, and to learn that there's continuing education, those skills that you will need for future jobs. And all of you will have discovered that you have an unbelievable capacity to grow, to choose whatever formal education that you now have and for more, and you will continue to grow in your careers. But you're just getting started, and this is a wonderful opportunity. As the minister said, you're young, and you have all sorts of opportunities ahead of you. But always remember that you're most welcome here on campus at the University of Saskatchewan. There's another important task that you are taking on today, and that is that you are the ambassadors for the University of Saskatchewan. What you do with your education and what you do with your lives reflects on us, and we are going to be so proud to watch your careers, either here in Saskatchewan, which we hope, or perhaps wherever you may be, those successes that you have. We'll take a little pride in that ourselves and say, they're a graduate of the University of Saskatchewan. We have more than 141,000 graduates around the world, and if you add up the accomplishments of the alumni of this institution, I think you will be really quite amazed at where people have gone after graduating from the U of S. So just as everything you do to this point forward builds on the university's reputation, we will be proud of your achievements. As Saskatchewan grew its reputation in the fields of agriculture and engineering, so too did two colleges on this campus, agriculture, now agriculture and bioresources, and engineering. And when the University of Saskatchewan was created in 1907, the first premier, Walter Scott, and the first president of the university, Walter Murray, they wanted agriculture to be the focus of this campus. And because of that, this College of Agriculture is the oldest one in Canada. Now, somebody's going to say, well, no, that's not true, because there are older schools of agriculture, perhaps in Eastern Canada. But they were schools separate and apart from a university, whereas the college that you're graduating from today, and the university, was the first university to have a College of Agriculture. And Murray and Scott said, agriculture is so important to us. We want our students to be able to study next to the lawyers and the doctors and the engineers. And so the College of Agriculture was founded here on campus. And as everyone knows, this last year, Saskatchewan produced the largest crop ever. And that's due partly to good weather, but also I would like to think because of improved farming practices that were developed right here at the University of Saskatchewan. Many of the wheat varieties that are grown around the world were developed by U of S scientists. Canola, for example. Everybody's heard of canola. You've seen it blooming in the fields. was created by a team with one of the key people was Dr. Keith Downey, a professor at the U of S. But agriculture isn't just about growing of grain, but it's producing food for the world. And this college has many achievements in that area, raising cattle, emphasizing healthy food. And so the people of the world are thankful to you and the College of Agriculture for being able to produce the food that they eat and the farming practices that they will use. But here this afternoon as well, we're here to honor graduates from the College of Engineering. And again, our graduates of this well-recognized college are known around the world for their research and their expertise. And often we forget the role that engineers play in our lives. How often have you thought of an engineer when you're driving across a bridge or down a highway or being in an office or a home? Someone at some point has designed that not only for appearance, but for safety. And as we heard a few minutes ago, engineers also are working on flight safety and things that are important to us and that we forget and ignore on a daily basis. And all of this is huge for our world. And in Saskatchewan, there's another important part of our economy, and that's mining. And there's a great need for graduates in electrical or mechanical or chemical, environmental or mining engineering. And so the capital of the world in mining here in Saskatoon and Saskatchewan is relying on engineers like yourselves to be able to contribute in this field. And I hope that no matter whether you're an engineer or not, when you see a train going by with a load of oil or potash or uranium, remember that that has come from beneath the soil of this province. And remember that it took engineers to help us produce these products that will give food and energy to the world. And so you should be proud of your degree that you are getting today, knowing that you're backed by a history of outstanding people and accomplishments. And my final word is to the families and the friends who are sitting farther back in the auditorium. And I want to say first, thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting our graduates. Thank you for paying tuition fees, but being there for the students. And I'm going to ask the students now to perform something that, and I don't think people know that I'm going to ask you to do this, but it's a bit of an experiment. Would all of you rise and face that way, please? The graduates. Would you offer, and we will on stage, because we've just thanked all of the faculty, would you offer a round of applause to your family and friends for their support, love, and encouragement? Thank you very much. You may turn this way and please be seated. Thank you very much, and once again, congratulations.
Your Honor, Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the University Senate and Board, I present to you the petition of the Council of this university that the candidates to be named, having fulfilled all the requirements of the bylaws, may, with your permission, be admitted to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which they are entitled.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with consent of the council of this university, I consent to admit you to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which you are entitled, and to invest you with all the powers, rights, privileges pertaining thereto.
Would the graduands in the front row please rise and come to the platform? Graduands, as you make your way forward, I'll just let you know how the conferring of degrees will unfold. As you enter the stage, please stop and face the audience as the hood will be put over your shoulders. Once you have been hooded, proceed to the first podium where the orator will present each of you by name. Once your name has been announced, proceed to shake the Chancellor's hand, and the Chancellor then tells you that you have been admitted to the Convocation of the University of Saskatchewan. You will then cross the platform to be greeted by your Dean or Associate Dean of the college and to receive your parchment from them. As you go down the steps, you will be welcomed as new members of the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association by a representative of the association.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Diploma in Agribusiness. I present to you Kyle Ashworth. Thank you. Riley Besnoska. Sarah Greschner. Heather Keys. Thank you. Logan Lionhorst. Jiachen Li. Kale Sugar. Nicholas Weens. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Diploma in Agribusiness. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Diploma in Agronomy. I present to you Deepak Chonkria. Braden Cubbin. Thank you. Justin Deering. Garth Stang. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Diploma in Agronomy. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Certificate Indigenous Peoples Resource Management. I present to you Christopher Belgard. Vernon Friday. John Moostus. Cecil Thomas. Thank you. Alexis Vanderheyden. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Certificate in Indigenous Peoples Resource Management. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Animal Bioscience. I present to you Zoe Henriksen. Melissa Kruger. Thank you. Scott McMahon. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Science in Animal Bioscience. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness. I present to you Che Anderson. Rebecca Bidwell. Thank you. William Brown. Michael Choman. Thank you. Kelsey Dale. Thank you. Colin Duchishin. Thank you. Jessica Garner. Thank you. Curtis Gadet. Thank you. Jordan Gottinger. Thank you. Justin Kelly. Thank you. Derek Kirkup. Thank you. Rebecca Labby. Kendra Lang. Thank you. Amy Mann. Kyron Mansky. Thank you. Celeste Michaud. Thank you. Cody Northam. Thank you. Michael Oram. Thank you. Justin Sirhan. Thank you. Jody Smith. Thank you. Stephen Somerville. Thank you. Carla Waite. Thank you. Kelsey Wakaden. Thank you. Wenjian Ye. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Renewable Resource Management. I present to you Sarah Shamrick. Danielle Sear. Cody Dumaine. Mallory Dick. Thank you. Shane Johnson. Thank you. Caitlin Kelly with great distinction. Nicole Marlowe with great distinction. Thank you. Colin Manili. Thank you. Danielle Shaw. Kelsey Seidel. Thank you. Alicia Thompson. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Science in Renewable Resource Management. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. I present to you Roberta Anderson. Kelsey Biro. Thank you. Justin Bleckinger with distinction. Monique Bouchard. Thank you. David Ballmer. Thank you. Nikki Burton. Kelsey Burton. Thank you. Amy Cardner. Cameron DeWolf with great distinction. Justine Denure with distinction. Thank you. Megan Dimmel. Caitlin Duncan. Ryan Elliott. Thank you. Jennifer Ellis with distinction. Chelsea MD. Thank you. Maria Epp. Mallory Erickson with great distinction. Kelsey Fenton. Thank you. Lindsay Gadd. Leslie Goon. Sarah Hamlin. Thank you. Logan Harker. Brett Hazard. Melanie Howrish with great distinction. Margot Hayes with distinction. Thank you. Kelsey Henderson with great distinction. Leah Hilbig with distinction. Thank you. Erin Hopkins with great distinction. Wanda Hornick. Carmel Huberto with distinction. Thank you. Cody Hull. Thank you. Jimmy Lee Jackson with distinction. Lindsay Jensen with great distinction. Thank you. Lisa Johnson with great distinction. Thank you. Susan Jorgensen with distinction. Anna Karalash. Dana Rose Keeler with distinction. Courtney Keys. Hewlett Kaler with distinction. Thank you. Nicole Labby. Alexina Lebrec with great distinction. Larissa Langlois. Vanessa Lawrence with great distinction. Mallory Mackey. Sarah Malinowski. Cody McNerney with distinction. Taylor Mazeras, my apologies. Thank you. Arisha Moen. Brendan Mochenko. Joel Peru. Stacy Pritchard with great distinction. Dominique Ramouche. Dana Raymond. Rebecca Repsky. Courtney Risling. Kirsty Risling with great distinction. Victoria Satiro. Justin Senekar. Tori Shinkaruk with distinction. Thank you. Preston Spatz. Coral Stang with distinction. Catherine Stoley with great distinction. Thank you. Jory Taylor with distinction. Stephen Tetro with great distinction. Matthew Tatro. Caitlin Tebow. Matthew Verkine with distinction. Nathaniel Wagner. Alan Walter. Derek Welford with distinction. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you these scholars from the College of Agriculture and Bioresources and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Yusuf Abu.
Jocelyn Nicole Fournier. Jordan Graham Hamilton. Gazilla Assay. Haiyui Lee. Jin Lee. Emmanuel Opaka Yabo. Rajib Potter. Jaya Karshner, Pathan Puriel, Satisiraner. Mid Nabar Raman. Allison Lynn Sawaka.
It's actually Selka.
Sauka, pardon me. Brittany Leanne Sherman. Angelina Dawn Sarovi. Courtney Louise Thompson. Matthew Lee Vermette. Da Wang. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Science. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Engineering, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering. Lane Luke Forster. Anthony John Wickerink. Aubrey Michelle Worobetz. Chemical Engineering, Ahmed A. Ajina. Adam Richard Clark, with great distinction. Shaylin Delane Fladiger. Jessica Helen Flash. Shelby Marie Gerla, with great distinction. Xuan Gu. Brianna Jane Hattley. Corey Robert Hickson, with distinction. Sarah Lynn Hill with distinction. Charisse Chelsea Lynn Hood with great distinction. Zachary Patrick Daniel Johnson. Thomas Kirk Judesh. Camera Anne Lavoie. Jeremy Brett Litvinenko. Shi Ki. Susil Rana Singh. Christopher John Robles. Shivani Trivida. Jenna Nicole Trofimenkoff. Eric Yee. Patrick David Young. Civil Engineering, Cade Arthur Bergeron. Anthony Colin Blower. Caitlin Shea Broda. Damon Bunchu with distinction. Vaughn Taylor Campbell. Keenan William Clotia. Steps to. Justin Gregory Dale. Jeffrey Brendan Amon with distinction. Erin Barbara Gadzella. Afian Makush Garange. Logan Grant Gartner. Jesse Jacob Gerhardt. Nolan Matthew Graham. Chu Jing. Bryce Jameson Komaki. Mark James Magnus. Justine Amanda Myers with distinction. Evan Leigh Powell. Douglas Gordon Ramage. Tynan McKnight Seminoff. Nathan D. Waterhouse with distinction. Christopher John Wilson. Jonathan Andrew Wingert. Sean Owen Zerb with distinction. Computer engineering, Lyndon Chan. Tyler John Urbach. Jason Su Tsun Lau. Tony Kunman Wong. Electrical engineering, Fareed Ahmad. Malcolm M. Barteski. Colby James Baudet with distinction. Andrew Steve Benko. Bradley William Blakely. Robert Lyle Bushman with great distinction. Jordan Earl Clark with great distinction. Callahan Maylee Mar Collier with great distinction. Graham Randall Epp. Ian Michael Folk with distinction. Brian William Grosskleg with great distinction. Yelin Louis. Ian Bradley McRobbie. Kyle Charles Newlev. Richard Gordon Offstee. Jonathan Michael Pillon. Lindsay Glenn Sweet. Curtis R. Tuplin. Joseph Lucien Michael, Wietenheimer. Han Yin, with distinction.
Engineering Physics. Charanjot Brar. Cale Allen Colville. With great distinction, sorry. William Michael Davis. James Dela Cruz. Daniel Gomez, with great distinction. Chelsea Stella Mary Greenwald, with great distinction. Eric Joseph Mann, with distinction. Clifford Glenn Ridley, with great distinction. Environmental Engineering, Mark Cousins, with distinction. Kenzie K. Harmsworth. Taylor Isaac Hintz. Andrea Ray Kozak, with great distinction. Alexi Ndizihiwe Nyandwi. Ashley Mary Siemens, with distinction. Geological Engineering, Jesse Lee Beaudry. Derek Ryan Catterall. Stephen Charles Murray, with distinction. Alan David Robleski. Mechanical Engineering, Adiolawa Abimafolowa Adioye. Alan Joseph Berby. Jordan Alexander Black, with distinction. Chad Matt Russell Bernard Boychuk. Brandon Bernard Buckler. Shiwan Yun Chen, with great distinction. Taylor Cook. Jason Curtis Dalsgaard. Gemily May de Guzman. Brett Aaron Taylor Durkach. David Gregory DeRoos, with distinction. Carla Cassandra Drager. Warren Durward. Robert Neil Ennis. Brent Peter Flamen, with distinction. Jessica Kendall Frisky. Jeremy Lawrence Gates. Tien Gao. Colin Albert Godet. Justin Sean Garayan, with distinction. Dale Ginter. Nathan David Gulliher. Jacob Vincent Harland. Michael Brent Healy. Joshua Chester Helmetzi. Thomas Edward Richard Ingold, with great distinction. Brock Stewart Kasdorf. Tegan Jace Clausen. Justin Raymond Konechny. Graham Kuzler. John Stephen Lackney, with distinction. Jordan Marie Lavalle, with great distinction. Jordan Stephen Lowan. Emma Catherine Mangano. Colin James Mark. Alex Stephen Martin. Lyndon Harley Maurer. Matthew Peter McDonald, with distinction. Stephen Robert Maley. Mario Mudri. Joshua Robert Minch. Kieran Kaur Monday. David William Murray, with distinction. Sean Gordon Ing, with distinction. Travis Cornell Opikokyu Strandon. Andrew David Pierce, with great distinction. Miles Jonathan Penner. Robert Alexander Phillips. Curtis Larry Schramm, with distinction. Michael David Selby, with great distinction. Justin Bradley Stack, with great distinction. Curtis E.J. Taylor. Blake Edward Tiemann. Bryden Tollefson. Ryan John Tomiyama. Jillian Heather Walker. Matthew Donald Wild, with distinction. Morgan David Rishko, with great distinction. David Gary Yankee. Kyle Braden Zelke, with distinction. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you these scholars from the College of Engineering and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Engineering. I present to you Abdullah Jamal Abuaida. Abdullah Abdulaziz Aldahami. Yihuan Dai. Varun Gandhi. Sarah Miranda Charles Gauthier. Jingya Li. Blessing Ngozi Obote. Ifanye Okwosha. Mingjing Peng. Bilal Saeed. Suchander Thakur. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Engineering. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you these scholars from the College of Engineering and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Hafiz Faizan Ahmed. Charles Tundi Air. MD Mustafa Rahman Chowdhury. Dines Dongana. Alexander Kissin. Tomas Stanislaw Korbas. Hengyao Liu. Mohammad Reza Nagash. Olalekan Sunday Shaba. Siddharth Suresh. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Science.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present our PhD graduates. The custom at the University of Saskatchewan is for our PhD graduates, once they have been admitted to their degree, to be met by their supervisor and escorted to join the platform party in a symbolic welcome to the global community of scholars. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you these scholars and ask you to confer on them the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I present to you Getika Ahuja. Kate Louise Davies. Davud Kadiri Mogadam. Tarek Hassan Khan. Yu Mao. Suman Thapa. Zubo Wang. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
Eminent Chancellor, in the name of the faculties, I ask you to grant the degrees, diplomas, and certificates in absentia to those students who have met the requirements to graduate but were not able to be present today.
At the request of the faculties, I authorize these degrees and certificates be granted.
It's my pleasure now to announce some of the special award winners from the College of Agriculture and Bioresources. And first, the distinguished graduate from the Prairie Horticulture Certificate. Not all of our graduates can be here today because of the time of year. Those in agriculture tend to have other things that need their attention. But our award winner for the Prairie Horticulture Certificate is Erin Patterson from Nokomis, Saskatchewan. And she entered the Prairie Hort Certificate in September of 2011. And as with many students in that program, her learning degree required a delicate balance of work and family and education. Her area of study is landscape and arboriculture, and it has led her to a new career opportunity with Perfect Landscape Solutions. Erin graduates today with an overall average of over 90%. Congratulations to Erin. Then we have the 2014 Saskatchewan Institute of Agrologists Gold Medal Prize for the outstanding graduate from a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture degree program at the College of Agriculture and Bioresources. The Gold Medal Prize for the Outstanding Graduate began in 1959 from the SIA, or Saskatchewan Institute of Agrologists, and it is a prize to the student who has graduated at that time from the only degree program that we had, the Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. It was to recognize the work of students in the college and to promote and sustain the profession of agrology. Over the years, both the profession and the amount of the prize has grown, so it's now a fairly substantial award that is given out to these to the award recipients. And this year's recipient of the SIA Gold Medal Prize for the Outstanding Graduate is Carrie Andreas. Carrie is originally a Saskatchewan person coming from Shiho, and she came into the degree admitting that she didn't have any grand plan when she left high school. She didn't really know what she wanted to do and applied to College of Ag and Bio at the very last minute, but that last minute choice was clearly the right decision for her and for the profession of agriculture. She says that at the moment she took her first year with us, she knew that she had made the right choice. She majored in crop science. Didn't know why, but except that it was exciting, and has led her to pursue this passion. She's the top graduate in the BSA program for 2014. She's unable to be with us here today because, as usual, she is so busy with her new position as a crop consultant with Crop Pro Consulting that she is just literally can't get off the field because she's there from sunup to sundown. But please join me in congratulating Carrie Andreas for the gold medal. And our final award recipient is the 2014 Saskatchewan Institute of Agrologists and Fulton Family Silver Medal Prize, and this is the outstanding graduate in the Diploma in Agronomy program, again at the College of Ag Bio. And this originated, it's got a wonderful history because it was first set up as the Fred Fulton Prize in Farm Enterprise Planning, established by a former professor in the school, which was Fred Fulton. Now, Fred graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture in 1950. He then became a professor and joined in the School of Agriculture and taught in the School of Agriculture until 1993. At that time, he created a prize to honor diploma graduates because those in particular that consistently met the objectives of the farm management course and presented the material in a superior manner throughout the year. In 2006, the Saskatchewan Institute of Agrologists realized that while they had already given out a prize for the degree, they wanted to have a prize as well for the diploma graduates, but they certainly didn't want to do anything to get in the way of the very wonderful and well-recognized Fulton Family Prize. So they, in true agricultural fashion, went to the Fulton family and said, hey, let's have a partnership and can we do this thing together? And the Fulton family graciously agreed, so we now have this partnered award that is coming as the Fulton Family SIA Prize. And the winner for the top graduate for the Diploma in Agriculture program this year is Michelle Hildebrand. Michelle grew up on a grain farm near Boissevain, Manitoba, and came to Saskatchewan to pursue a college diploma, not a college of university college, but one of those other kinds of colleges. Worked there for 3 years, did really well, but decided she wanted to transfer to the College of Ag and Bioresources to pursue our diploma in agronomy. Basically because her friends and co-workers raved about the quality of the instruction and program material. I'm just reading this, I didn't write it, honest. But I believe it absolutely. Anyhow, Michelle decided that that was the best academic opportunity that she wanted to pursue. And so she applied, she was accepted, and, quote, has been thrilled with her decision ever since. She has had the opportunity to combine her education and her summer work experience into a career that she is proud of. And she's currently a full-time research associate with AgQuest Saskatchewan Incorporated. So please join me in congratulating Michelle Hildebrand as the 2014 Saskatchewan Institute of Agrologists Fulton Family Prize Silver Medal winner for the outstanding graduate from the Diploma in Agronomy program. Thank you.
The Association of Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan Gold Medal is given to the graduating student in engineering with the highest academic average in the college. The award recipient for 2014 is Cale Colville. I think I have something for him if he wants to work his way up to the stage. There he is. He came out the other way. He's sneaky that way. Anyway, Cale grew up in Beaver Creek, Saskatchewan, and graduated from Clavette Composite School in 2009. He began his post-secondary education at the University of Saskatchewan, pursuing an engineering physics degree. Discovering his keen interest in theoretical physics, he also began working towards a degree in mathematical physics. During his undergraduate studies, Cale has won 3 NSERC Undergraduate Student Research Awards. This allowed him to pursue research that included atmospheric physics, mathematics, and black hole physics. This year, Cale is also the most outstanding graduate in mathematical physics. After graduating with his degrees from the University of Saskatchewan, Cale will be attending the Perimeter Scholars International Master's Program at the Perimeter Institute in Waterloo, Ontario. Upon completion of this program, Cale plans to pursue a PhD in physics and would like to enter a career in academia. Please join me in congratulating Cale Colville, winner of the APEG Student Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my very great pleasure to introduce to you this year's recipient of the Award for Distinction in Outreach and Public Service, Professor Ken Rosausen, Professor, College of Agriculture and Bioresources. I'd like to first talk a bit about the award. Established in 2002, the Award for Distinction in Outreach and Public Service is intended to recognize employees who've contributed greatly to the achievement of the university's outreach and engagement mission. The award is presented semi-annually at Spring and Fall Convocation. And Professor Rosausen is a truly deserving recipient. In his 34 years at the university, Professor Rosausen has traveled thousands of miles throughout Saskatchewan, speaking about agricultural economic issues to a seemingly endless number of communities, large and small. There are likely not many Saskatchewan producers who are not familiar with Professor Rosausen's work. Professor Rosausen is both a farmer and an academic, and because of this, he not only explains agricultural economics and policy to farmers, but he's also able to inform the academic world from a farmer's perspective, ensuring that the ideas, innovations, interests, and expertise of producers are conveyed back to the university to be incorporated into research, teaching, and policy formation. This is outreach and engagement work in its most valuable form. But perhaps Professor Rosausen's most important and certainly most visible outreach work was the creation and continual development of Market Prospects, an informational series now in its 29th year, familiar to tens of thousands of viewers of CTV's Farmgate, providing timely market information prior to spring seeding, so right around now. With a reach of about 50,000 per year over its 29-year history, Market Prospects is arguably the university's most successful outreach program, and Professor Rosausen is the person most responsible for the ongoing success and reach of this program. Professor Rosausen's dedication and expertise and tireless efforts in community outreach has undoubtedly contributed to the success of countless individual producers, specific agricultural sectors, including flax and canola, and the agriculture-based industries of Saskatchewan and Western Canada. For all this, and very much more service that Professor Rosausen has provided, and what I haven't been able to highlight, Ken is a very deserving recipient of the University of Saskatchewan Award for Distinction in Outreach and Public Service. It's my great honor to introduce Professor Ken Rosausen.
It's my great pleasure to introduce Marlene Fair, who will receive the President's Service Award this year. Marlene, will you come up and stand next to me here? Keep me company. First, a word about the award. The President's Service Award was established in 1994. And is presented semi-annually to non-academic staff members who provide extraordinary service to the university, who have inspired and supported others, and whose dedication and commitment deserve our recognition. And this describes Marlene's work to a T. What is most interesting about Marlene is that virtually her entire career at the university has played out behind the scenes in locations that perhaps you've never visited. And if you do want to visit, you'll want to wear rubber boots, because Marlene is the manager of our dairy herd. Above all her other responsibilities, which include educating students, supporting research, and sharing her managerial expertise with dairy producers across the province, Marlene's number one priority is the comfort and health of every cow in the herd. She knows each one individually. She knows their history, she knows their likes and their dislikes. And because cows don't wear watches, they don't respect the ordinary time of day, and she has spent a great deal of time tending to their needs at what most people call unsociable hours, meaning in the middle of the night, right? Managing a dairy herd requires a broad range of knowledge. Managing a university dairy herd is the object of ongoing research study, and even more. The people who work with Marlene will tell you our herd performs at top industry standard, a tribute to her uncompromising approach to her work. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Marlene Fair, to thank her for her dedicated service to the University of Saskatchewan, and to present to her the President's Service Award. Congratulations, Marlene. Thank you. There we are. You watch for the camera. Well done.
Your Honor, Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, platform participants, graduates, and guests. My name is Peter Stroh, and I'm a proud U of S alumnus, earning my Bachelor of Arts degree in 1970, Bachelor of Education in 1975, and Masters of Education in 1985. As President of the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association, it is my distinct pleasure to congratulate you, the class of 2014, and welcome each of you as our association's newest members. You made it. Your years of hard work have paid off. I know you feel like your work is done and you can breathe a sigh of relief, and indeed you should. Take a moment to soak it all in, celebrate the moment. Although it feels like today is an end to your time as a member of the U of S community, it is really a new beginning. You will always be a member of the U of S and of the Alumni Association. You are students on campus for a relatively short time and alumni for a lifetime. Today you joined our alumni family, 141,000 strong and growing. You follow in the footsteps of accomplished U of S alumni like the Honorable John G. Diefenbaker, Canadian Prime Minister and father of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, Henry Talby, recipient of the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, Nan McKay, the first Métis and first Aboriginal woman to graduate from the U of S nearly 100 years ago, the late Honorable Sylvia Fedoric, pioneer of cobalt-60 radiation treatment for cancer, Guy Vanderhaeg, winner of 2 Governor General's Awards for his writing. I could go on naming our alumni who are leaders in business, public policy, and public service, health, crop and animal science, the arts, sports, athletics, virtually every field and profession imaginable. But you will not only follow in the footsteps of these distinguished men and women, you will blaze a new path. Take a look around you and remember the faces you see here today. Who do you see? The faculty who have inspired and led you, classmates and colleagues. Remember these faces and names, those you have heard today and have seen in the program. Yours are the names of accomplished alumni that will be read from this stage to future generations. You, the generation that is experiencing change at an unprecedented and ever-accelerating rate, will take all you have learned, your knowledge, your experiences, your relationships, to take on challenges we cannot yet even imagine, to build vibrant communities. Because of your time at the U of S, you have all the tools, the knowledge, the skills, and the abilities to think critically, solve problems, create solutions, and discover the unknown. Take one more look around you, so when you hear of accomplishments of your fellow alumni, you can say, hey, I know her. She's one of us. She's one of the U of S alumna. And you will serve as inspiration for each other to step into the spotlight and boldly share your own achievements at the University of Saskatchewan. Congratulations to each and every one of our grads, and welcome to the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Blaine Favel, and I will give the closing remarks as we've come to the end of our convocation ceremony. And I'd like to say it's a short speech, but it's actually about 35 minutes long, but I will cut it down to 20 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. Just want to thank some people. But I wanted to say one thing, though. For some of you that are, I'm a Plains Cree First Nation from the Poundmaker First Nation, west of here. So I saw some people from Cutknife High School. So double alumni here that are convocating, so I'm proud of them. And I want to say one thing about my culture. We played the drums here to start the ceremony, and the honor song is a tribute song. It's a song that's sung to those people that deserve an honoring, that deserve its recognition of an accomplishment, of a great deed, and symbolizes the pride of the community for that accomplishment. So when it was sung here, it was very appropriate because it's humbling sitting up here. I'm humbled to be your chancellor. I'm proud to be your chancellor, but I'm humbled by the genius and the brilliance of the graduates that cross the stage here and the families that support them. I'd like to, on behalf of the people on the podium, congratulate you once again. Wish you the very best of luck as you move forward in your careers and your lives, as you start families, as you travel. Remember the University of Saskatchewan. I'm proud to be an alumni. I'm proud to be associated with this institution. It's had a great past and has a great future, and we'll continue to build on that with your help. Before we go, though, this afternoon, I'd like to thank a couple of people that deserve thanks, a few folks. I'd like to thank, please join, let's save our applause to the very end, but let's thank Darren Oler King and the University Wind Orchestra, our signer, Ann Webster, our vocalist, Katya Hartova, the drum group, All Tribes Singer, Robert Badger, our traditional knowledge keeper, and the performer of our invocation, Reverend Paul Sardiston. Finally, Danielle Rudelet, who's the convocation coordinator, makes all of this magic happen. Thank you to all of you, and thank you for the work you've done this afternoon. I'd like to also to acknowledge the great honor we had with the Lieutenant Governor joining us this afternoon. It's always a privilege to be in her presence and to have her bless our ceremonies with her attendance. So following the singing of God Save the Queen, please remain standing for the departure of Her Honor the Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan. And please now stand and join me in singing God Save the Queen and the departure of the platform party.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen, send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen. Thank you.